The video car is facing a tricky situation. Pay close attention to the truck ahead. On the right, it's moving slowly, but still keeping its brake lights on. This cautious approach seems out of place given the relatively light traffic, making one wonder, has the truck driver noticed something unusual? Meanwhile, to the left, there's a sharp curve with poor visibility. Normally, slowing down would be the safest choice, but the video car driver opts to behind the brake. Now, just as they approach another truck, its left turn signal suddenly flashes. This truck is moving even slower than the first, which confuses the video car driver. Why would it signal a lane change at such a sluggish pace? Forced to slow down, the driver repeatedly switches between low and high beams. But right at that moment, they spot a white car parked in the fast lane, hazard lights flashing, with people standing nearby. If they hadn't slowed down, the curve's obstruction might have led to a reuse-in collision. It all clicks. The truck's left turn signal wasn't indicating a lane change. It was a subtle warning, slow down. Only then does the video car driver notice the second truck's precarious position. It's visibly tilted, struggling on the road. Despite its own challenges, the truck driver was still mindful of others' safety. Their simple but considerate action commands respect. It turns out that turn signals aren't always just for lane changes. They can also serve as warnings to those behind. This truck driver's unique light language is worth appreciating. Moving forward, whenever we see a vehicle signaling, let's remember to be courteous. Sometimes, it's not just about merging. It may be a warning about dangers we haven't yet seen. This incident raises 3 red flags, making its motives highly questionable. Let's break down how it unfolded. A white sedan in the far left lane forcibly merged right, startling a white SUV, which swerved in response, ultimately causing the motorcycle to crash. Now, let's analyze the suspicious elements. 1. An unnecessary lane change. At the time, the left lane had more space than the middle lane, making the sedan's aggressive move unnecessary. Given the heavy traffic, merging was already difficult, so why did the sedan force its way in? 2. The motorcycle's odd response. Initially, the motorcycle had plenty of room to maneuver. It wasn't veering out of its lane until the SUV approached. Strangely, instead of avoiding the SUV, the rider crossed the line toward it. Even more puzzling, the rider made no attempt to dodge the impact beforehand. Instead, they preemptively lowered their legs, signaling awareness rather than a lack of reaction time. 3. A remarkably skilled emergency response. The rider's actions after the crash were shockingly precise. Before hitting the ground, they placed both hands down. As soon as they fell, they crawled forward, quickly distancing themselves from the bike to prevent a secondary crush. During the fall, they tucked their arms and chin, strategically rolling to reduce impact force. As the roll slowed, they braced their legs at a 45-degree angle, smoothly transitioning back to their feet. What seemed like a chaotic fall was actually a highly coordinated survival maneuver, aided by gloves and a helmet. It's hard to believe that someone who reacted so slowly before impact could suddenly execute expert-level crash avoidance techniques within seconds. Conclusion: a deliberate setup? Everything points to a staged accident scheme, where the white sedan acted as the bait and the motorcycle played the victim to create an unavoidable collision scenario. Unfortunately, the SUV driver panicked and fell right into the trap. How to protect yourself from staged accidents. Watch for abnormal braking patterns. Just like the white sedan in this case, cars involved in scams tend to brake excessively even when unnecessary. If their front clearance is ample but they're slowing down for no reason, they're either distracted or setting up for a lane trap. Use your horn, reduce speed, or move away quickly. Stick to the adjust speed, hold your lane principle. Avoid blindly swerving when a car cuts in front of you. Only take evasive action if there's an immediate threat of a severe collision, or if you can confirm a safe escape route. Otherwise, holding your lane and adjusting speed is the best way to prevent further risk. Let's analyze a textbook example of a traffic accident. In the video car's pillar blind spot, left, and oncoming traffic all line up perfectly, forming a hidden danger zone. If the driver fails to check the intersection before approaching, a collision with the motorcycle on the left is practically inevitable. Eliminating pillar blind spots requires active movement. drivers must shift their head position and adjust their seating posture to get a clearer view. In this scenario, the motorcycle and the no-wheel pillar move at the same speed, making an accident almost unavoidable if the driver doesn't compensate for the obstruction. Let's take a closer look at the video car's driving behavior. Based on its movements, it's clear the driver isn't accustomed to checking intersections ahead and had no intention of switching lanes to the right. While they may seem focused, they actually lack critical safety awareness, and relying on luck to avoid accidents is never a good strategy. If there had been no motorcycle or pedestrian at the intersection, there wouldn't have been a problem. But if there had been, the consequences could have been severe. Thankfully, the video car driver didn't make any sudden steering maneuvers, otherwise the taxi on the right could have been caught in the mess. When driving, always pay close attention to the road conditions. Ideally, you should be fully aware of your surroundings. But if visibility isn't clear, it's best to switch lanes in advance and signal to alert vehicles behind you. This simple precaution can go a long way in preventing accidents. Let's analyze this accident through the video car's trajectory. At first, the driver swerves right to avoid an oncoming motorcycle in the opposite lane. In doing so, they fail to notice another motorcycle suddenly emerging from the right side exit. This unexpected appearance startles the driver, causing them to focus entirely on the right and ignore the blind spot on the left. From the footage, two possible explanations emerge. 1. The driver's attention remained fixed on the right side motorcycle, leaving them unaware of other hazards. 2. In theory, they could have scanned further ahead, but their startled response suggests they never processed the full situation. One important clue is that the video car's wheels are dangerously close to the left side yellow dashed line. This is confirmed by the forklift visible near the truck's open cargo door, an indication of the truck's blind spot. The driver, distracted by the wreck side threat, likely overlooked this added danger. At the exact moment of impact, the video car's auto pillar aligns perfectly with the emerging motorcycle, blocking it from view. This accident could have been prevented if the driver had maintained continuous dynamic observation instead of reacting impulsively. Ultimately, it was this failure to scan for blind spots that led to the collision. This case serves as a critical reminder: drivers must maintain constant situational awareness, especially when switching lanes. Any momentary lapse in attention can lead to serious consequences. Whether maneuvering through traffic or approaching intersections, always check blind spots thoroughly and stay proactively engaged with your surroundings. This video highlights a common highway driving hazard. When traffic slows due to congestion, drivers must be especially vigilant about the behavior of surrounding vehicles, particularly near intersections and merging zones. In the footage, a car in the right lane begins merging left, its wheels visibly turning in that direction. However, instead of reducing speed and assessing the situation, the video car follows suit, mirroring the movement and switching lanes simultaneously. This kind of follow-the-leader driving is incredibly dangerous. If a fast-moving vehicle were already in the left lane, the video car could have crashed directly into it, while the car that initiated the lane change might have gotten away unscathed. Key safety takeaways: avoid lane changes in intersections or heavily congested areas. Maintain a safe distance from the car ahead to allow enough reaction time. Stay aware of surrounding traffic. Never blindly follow another driver's lane change. Defensive driving: the key to safe navigation. Road safety requires constant vigilance, especially in complex traffic conditions. A calm, calculated approach ensures proactive risk assessment rather than reactive, split-second decision making. That's it for this case analysis. Share your thoughts and driving experiences in the comments, and I'll see you next time.